Hello everyone, Namaskar and welcome back to my channel. This is the second video on EPS 95 scheme, that is part 2. The first part had covered the brief about the scheme as well as what is actually the pension contribution of the employee, what is provident fund contribution, what is employee contribution, what is employer contribution, what does the scheme was all about, from where does the dispute arose actually. All these things have been covered in part 1 of the video. If you have not seen that, I request humbly that to go through the part 1 to have the understanding of the basic concepts of EPS 95 scheme and the pension and the provident fund contributions. In the part 1 of the video, I have been getting a lot of comments and appreciation for the video, as well as comments on employees are basically asking as to what they have to do, whether to choose opt or not opt, that is opt going for higher pension or do not opt and continue with the deduction of 1250 rupees per month and getting a maximum pension of 7500 in the at the age of retirement, that is 58 years. So that question still arises, and I had left the viewers to take a choice on this particular decision. However, I have tried to do some calculations to find out which shall be better, to opting for the higher pension or not. So first of all, let me give you a disclaimer that I am not a financial expert. However, this is just by on my understanding of the concept. So the individual, the viewer has to take their own choice, their own wisdom in taking the option. I will not suggest whether this is right or that is wrong. It is your own choice. That is more important. I am just going to give a brief of some data in front of you, which will help you to take a decision on this particular option. So let's go to the calculator, Excel calculator. See, this is the Excel which I have tried to make. First is when there are two options which I have thought of. One is the if I do not opt, and second is if I opt. So the what I have taken in this is I have taken the year of joining of any employee as 2010. I am presuming that an employee joins the company in 2010 and the age of retirement is 58 years, and the employee retires at 2045, considering 35 years of experience. So I have started with this basic pay. If you see here at 2010, the basic pay plus DA, I am just taking an example figure, that is 50,000 rupees. So on that 50,000, the employee contribution to PF will be 12%. This I have already shared in video 1. So 12% of 50,000, that becomes, you can see the formula, it is 6,000 rupees. And then the yearly, this is per month, if yearly it comes out to be 72,000 rupees. Similarly, the employer contribution, that is 3.67 of the 50,000. That means it becomes this figure, that is 1835 rupees per month. The employer contribution will go to the pension fund, PF fund, sorry, and yearly 22,000 rupees it will go from the employer's pocket to the pension fund of the employee, to EPS. Now, if we talk about EPS, which is 8.33%, if I do not opt, that means I am ready to give exact 8.33% of my basic pay plus salary towards my EPS. So this amount comes to be my B7, that is the salary, 50,000 into the 8.33%, that comes out to be 4100 approx per month, which comes out to be around 50,000 rupees per year for my pension account, pension contribution. So from 2010 I have tried to you see tried to calculate the amount figure till 2045. So if I hide all these, now let me give you one or two disclaimers which I need to share, that I have not included any form of interest as of now in the Excel, right? So if you talk about interest, so I have not used any kind of interest. If I hide these, you can see some calculations which I have tried. So from 2010 till 2045, if I say the total contribution becomes, employee contribution becomes, the PF contribution total, this figure becomes around 50 lakhs. The employee contribution, then around employer contribution of the PF becomes around 15 lakhs, and total pension contribution goes to around 35 lakhs. So a total of, in my PF, if I talk about, I will have a PF fund of around 65 lakhs, excluding the interest, excluding compound interest. I repeat, it is excluding compound interest, right? So I'm not considering right now, I'm not considering any compound interest, that is 8.1% which we get yearly on PF. So this is my PF balance. If I do not, if I opt for giving exact 8.33%, that means I am foregoing this 35 lakh rupees from my pension, from my PF to my pension account. So my pension account becomes 35 lakh rupees, my PF becomes 65 lakh rupees approximately, without the compound interest. So if I do not, if I opt, then what is the what is the amount which I am going to get at the time of retirement? So if we see this pensionable salary, as I told, it is last 6 months, if I last 5 years average. So if I unhide this, you can see, just a second, last five, we'll come to the last 5 years average. I'll hide this again. I'm presuming, okay, one more presumption here, which is before I hide, is that I have increased the salary by approximately 3.5%, approximately by 3.5% increment. I am presuming that we'll be able to get. So with this 3.5% increment, I have increased the yearly basic pay plus DA. So in the end, my basic pay plus DA for the last 5 years average, I'll just show that. Yeah, the average of this becomes around 1,55,000 basic pay, which will be at the time of my retirement, right? Just a second. Yeah, so this will be my average pensionable salary, that is basic pay of last 5 years of my retirement. So my pension amount will be pensionable salary into number of year of service divided by 70. This I've already explained in video 1. You can just refer, the link is in the description box once again. So my pension amount will be the pensionable salary, that is 1,55,000 into number of year of service 35 divided by 70, approximately 77,000 rupees I will get per month in my pension amount. Okay, but don't forget that I have foregone around 35 lakh rupees without interest, and my PF balance is 65 lakh rupees without interest. If I add on, cumulate on this, I'm sure it will become around 2.7 or 8 crores based on the EPF calculations which are there on internet. You can just try it out. So my PF fund would be around 2.7 or 2.8 crores rupees, and I have foregone 35 lakh rupees in my PF, but my per month pension becomes 77,000 rupees till the age I am alive. Okay, now what if I do not opt? Okay, means I agree that my pensionable salary is taken as 15,000 rupees only, and the balance of EPF's amount from 8.33% is given to my PF balance, and it is getting accumulated in my PF. It is accumulated in my PF. That means my PF balance will increase, and the pension balance will be less. So I am presuming the same concept, that I join in 2010. My retirement age is 58 years, and I do exact 35 years of service also. My basic pay plus DA is 50,000 rupees. Yearly I am getting an increment of 3.5% on an average, considering that I'll get some promotions also. My basic pay will increase. So I see that my basic pay will increase from 50,000 rupees to average of say at the age of my retirement 2045 it becomes 1,66,000. From 50,000 to 1,66,000, And EPF and my EPF will be again 6,000 rupees per month, 12%, and contribution from the PF will remain the same, that is around 50 lakh rupees, and contribution from the employer will be around 3.67, that is 15 lakh rupees. However, my pension fund, my if I see this pension EPS part, so this I right now, please do not consider this column. I'll tell how from this extra PF amount has come. Now if I consider 8.33% of 15,000, it comes to be 1250, the figure, monthly, which is yearly around 15,000 rupees. So every year 14,994 rupees will go to my PF. So for around 35 years of service, this amount will be 53,000, which will go to my pension account. And but since the pensionable salary is considered only 50,000 rupees here, is in this case, in if I do not opt for the increased pension, so what about the remaining fund? So remaining fund from my pension, which I had to get from my pension because of 8.33%, now will give to my pension provident fund balance. So extra EPF remaining from EPS balance, employer contribution yearly will go to my pension balance. So that will come out to be around 630 lakhs without any compound interest. I repeat, without any compound interest. So this value is around 30 lakhs. So total PF, that means PF from what I had to get, employee contribution 50,000 plus the 3.67 which the employer is giving, there it is no doubt around 15 lakh rupees, plus 50 lakh, 15 lakh, plus the extra PF which I will get because I am foregoing the extra pension money. So from that 8.33%, the extra PF will go to my provident fund balance, which currently we are doing right now. So this balance becomes 30,000. So around 95 lakh rupees I will get in my pension fund when in my provident fund when I retire at the age of 2045, right? Now this again, I'm telling a disclaimer that this 95 lakh is not having any interest compounded into it. If the interest, say on 65 lakh compounded interest, plus if the interest is on 95 lakh compounded interest, you can imagine the difference. If I opt, my PF balance was this 65 lakh rupees without interest, without compound interest. If I do not opt, my PF balance becomes 95 lakh rupees, which I will get at the time of my retirement. And what about my pension now? In this case, if I opt, my pension was around 77,000 rupees, exact amount, without any interest. And if I retire without opting for EPS higher pension, I will get only 7,500 rupees as my pension because my PF balance has increased 2 crores of rupees. So now coming back to the decision between extra PF versus extra pension, the decision is employees. If you talk about my own personal choice, I would suggest that people who have retired after 2014, from the date of the judgment, that is 1st September 2014, and they have retired till now, or they are going to retire in the next 5 to 6 years, I feel personally this decision would be a good one to opt for higher pension, because the amount, the calculation, the pension amount shall be the amount of money which they have to give to their provident fund back to gain the higher pension will be around 30 to 40 lakh based on the case, and the pension amount comes out to be around 1 lakh, or maybe 1 point some lakh per month. So in maybe 5 to 6 years they'll be able to come to the balance, equilibrium of no profit no loss situation, and then for the rest of the life they'll get per month around 1 lakh rupees pension. So that is my personal thinking. You may just vet it from the financial advisors, I will suggest that. However, for people like me who have a lot of years, 20-30 years remaining for their retirement age, I suggest that we should not go for higher pension, because of two reasons. One is the amount of because people at our age, I believe, are quite skeptical about the government policies and whether this pension will go ahead till 20, 30 years and what will be the policy right now. We are totally skeptical about it. Number two, I do not find there isn't that the option of nominating my nominees, my children, for this pension. So, but in the case of when I deposit my money into my pension account, provident fund account, I have a lump sum amount at my retirement age, which I can directly give to my nominee, or fixed annuity on that or whatever. So I will have that more lump sum amount in my provident fund account. Um, if I do not opt for this pension scheme. Third reason I would suggest is like people are too skeptical also about finding out their age of birth. So this particular judgment has made people to think over that they'll be living for at least 5 years after retirement, or 10 years after retirement, or maybe average everybody is thinking कि 10 साल तो मैं जी ही लूँगा, 8 साल तो मैं जी ही लूँगा. So I am totally doubtful about that, considering the current environment and global conditions. So at least, and fourth point, which I prefer going to PF and not in pension, is that PF amount is always available and can be taken off by the employee at any unforeseen circumstances. That can be taken even if the employee dies. That amount will directly go to the nominee of the employee during the service. So that is my particular personal choice. It is absolutely your choice what you do, opt or not opt. This video was just a brief of my understanding. The issues and concerns still remain the same, which I had shared in the last. So thank you so much for watching the part 2 of the video. I hope this is giving some clarity on your decision to opt or not to opt. It's your own personal choice. Okay? Thank you so much. Take care. Stay blessed. Bye bye. Do write in the comment box also whether you like the video or not. Thank you.